Ladies and gentlemen, every single month I do a fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running, because that's how I stay totally unbiased and don't try and sell you any political bullshit, because I'm your planetary defense commander, totally funded by y'all. And so, due to the circumstances, it's 11/11, make a wish. I am having an Ides of March goal of $1,777 because I have to prep and I got to buy a new phone. And so this is an Asteroid Fight Club meeting officially. And so any contributions and donations would be greatly appreciated. T. Lewison, 5430 Birdwood Road, number 416, Houston, Texas, 77096. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a Cash App, a Patron. And any contributions I got today or beyond, I will list and thank you. And I thank everybody who's gotten me this far. And the time is now for you to prepare to be on lockdown in the future, as I've been suggesting, starting in March. The U.S. CDC says now is the time for businesses, hospitals, communities, and schools to begin preparing to respond to the coronavirus. The U.S. CDC says Americans should prepare for possible community spread of the coronavirus. I've told you the entire time of 7 years at THORnews not to trust politicians or be distracted by them. And that has not been the populist case overall, but I stick to it. Donald J. Trump, the coronavirus is very much under control in the USA. We are in contact with everyone in all relevant countries. CDC and World Health have been working hard and very smart. Stock market starting to look very good to me. And this is the same guy 6 days ago was bragging about the best, highest stock market in history by far. And this is after almost a month of data coming out of China and a full shutdown of a large part of China's economy. You have over 800 million people in lockdowns in China, South Korea, Vietnam, Italy, and I believe I'm leaving out one or two. And markets are continuing to slide as the news continues to pour in. We now have 37 countries that have some type of an infection of the coronavirus. And here's the deal, man. It's not that we don't have the coronavirus in the United States of America. It's that we are not testing for it. There was a case the other day where a mom took her kid in to get tested for the coronavirus, and it was like $1,400 to $1,700 she would have had to pay just to get him tested. And I think that was with insurance. So the CDC says coronavirus epidemic rapidly evolving and expanding. U.S. HHS Secretary Alex Azar says coronavirus situation in Italy and Iran is very concerning. Senator Pat Murray says medical officials told senators this morning that there's a very strong chance of an extremely serious outbreak of coronavirus in the U.S. Is our country ready? And so, I'm highly recommending, as I basically have been since the 5th of February, that everybody stock up on, have at least a month's worth of water, a month worth of canned foods, get any extra medicines, any things that you might need. Toilet paper and paper towels go pretty fast. You know, you being Asteroid Fight Club, you're way ahead of the curve. And so I know a lot of you have started to prepare, and a lot of you have helped me prepare. Super special shout out to Susan and the Texas Angel. They're the ones who said we feel something bad coming, and they send me extra preparation funds. Thank y'all very, 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 very much. And so, and then just imagine if you had to be locked down in one place for a month, who would you want to be locked in with? Apparently there was a flaw in the CDC tests, and so an agency spokesperson said that the CDC could not commit to shipping the new test by the end of this week. In Hawaii, authorities are so alarmed about the lack of testing ability that they requested permission from the CDC to use tests from Japan. A faulty CDC coronavirus test delays U.S. understanding of disease's spread. Experts fear the small number of U.S. COVID cases reflects limited testing. rather than a lack of infections. Not good news. WHO's Bruce Aylward says that the COVID-19 mission did not find evidence of lots of undetected mild cases. If that's true, the severity of the illness is what is being seen now. WHO's Aylward says countries need to shift mindset to preparedness from virus outbreak, having rapid response. Within 1 basis point of all-time low, it's at 1.325, which I actually predicted a couple days ago. 1.31 was the all-time low. You got 4 new cases in Hong Kong, 2 new cases in Oman, and 1 new case in Spain's Tenerife. Oh, and I do want to say that I had been warning all year about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and something horrible related to death would probably come from that. And so this totally fits that once in a 36 year maximized at year 2020 year levels bill. And we are in Mercury retrograde now, and we got Venus retrograde coming up, and then a Pluto-Jupiter conjunction. So expect from now to July to be super duper Asteroid Fight Club. High alert, be ready, and raise your game. And I definitely think that humanity manifested this thing straight out of the bottomless pit with its low vibration, its greed, its hatred, its anger, and its total bullshit belief in politics, man. And so anything we can do to raise our vibration as a people is going to help out immensely. And we are watching cases continue to grow as opposed to them decline. And that we have seen estimations that anywhere from 60% of the world population could get infected. And along those lines, with a 2% fatality rate, that would be over 100 million people. I think it's like 170 million people. And so this is THORnews, the heroic of the heroicest. And I'm not here to generate fear, but I am here to tell y'all that this is real, as I've been saying, and that whether this is a weaponized virus or just something straight out of hell or the new modern version of the Spanish flu, you need to put on the full armor of God, keep your prayer up, and raise your vibration as high as possible, and clear your karma, buddy. Senator Richard Blumenthal, this morning's classified coronavirus briefing should have been made fully open to the American people. They would be appalled and astonished, as I am, by the inadequacy of our preparedness and prevention. And technically, our whole government, or all of our politicians, have done a totally shitty job, and will probably continue to do a totally shitty job. So now's the time for individual Americans and people around the earth to stand up and be leaders. Do the best you can to work within your community and with everyone as a whole. We ain't got time for all the old bullshit, man. It's maddening that Switzerland, tiny Switzerland, already tested 300 suspected cases. South Korea's tested 30,000, and the U.S. CDC has only tested less than 500 with an inadequate case definition. We might be Italy already. Carl Quintana, Geneva, head of joint WHO-China coronavirus mission, Aylward says, virus is rapidly escalating epidemic in places. Have to tackle super fast to prevent a pandemic. Raul Paul, I know, I sound alarmist, but literally no one can price the tail risk on the virus event. It is a true black swan. Maybe it is seasonal and we are okay. Maybe it isn't. It could shut down Europe. Maybe it doesn't. The markets will not be able to deal with this uncertainty. And I want to say again, I had predicted several times in 2019 that we would 99% see a market crash in 2020. Market starting to price in European pandemic. Walter Bloomberg, Spain declares first case of coronavirus. Oh, another thing. I am a Christian. And so my belief in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit brings me strength. I don't sit around waiting for no damn rapture. And you know what? Maybe this is the rapture. It's just going to be a lot more painful than advertised. But I'm just saying. I don't know, all the people who are like, use Jesus to make people feel doom or fear. That's not what I'm here for. I plan to survive this, and I plan to be around for hopefully 1,000 years of peace, man. The bond market is calling for the coronavirus, is calling the coronavirus a pandemic, even if the WHO won't. And I'm calling on people to be generous those who can, I'm not asking anybody to skip a meal, but those who have done better in a really crappy economy, I mean, the economy that has been bad towards people, please be kind to your friends and your family who are lesser off than you. As I've been talking about for the last 5 years, there's literally no reason to have a 10-year plan and just be maxing out your 401k. And so if you do have a lot saved up, please take care of the poor people in your family and your poorer friends. And if you are well off, if you can contribute to keeping THORnews up and running, that would be fantastic. Switzerland reports first case of coronavirus. In Bremer, coronavirus. South Korea, 977 confirmed cases, 10 deaths. Iran, 61 confirmed cases, 15 deaths. Iran has no idea what's going on. Yeah, so all the political cheerleaders now don't look so smart. And I'm looking at you, truther community, who like 97% of y'all have just been political cheerleaders pretty much. All right, I got to calm down. Evan McMurray, the sun has risen over the big bear bald eagle, meaning we made it another day. Congratulations, Astro Fight Club. The virus is going to cripple the global travel industry. At the risk of being caught in a quarantine is bad enough to prevent many people from traveling. Tenerife coronavirus. 1,000 hotel guests are now quarantined. The Diamond Princess. What better description, Diamond Princess? It was quarantined like, yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy right now. I think most people who are getting on planes or going to rallies are like, you're taking quite a risk, man. And it usually when they have these weird travel quarantines, everybody ends up getting the virus. Oh, man. It definitely looks like catastrophe bonds are going to default and are signaling a coronavirus outbreak is closer to becoming a global pandemic. A Kentucky Fried Chicken Hong Kong member has been confirmed with the COVID virus, so the whole branch has had to close. And I want to say again that I totally believe that this is an uncontrolled event that will hit the richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor. Because like the part of Italy that's being shut down is of the richest of the rich. So, I mean, like I said, I think this is manifested from our low vibration. You can't let greed and hatred run rampant forever. I've literally been talking about it for 7 years. Man, I got to get cooler. So it's hard to risk communication, honestly. It's difficult some days. So please bear with me. Yeah, 1,000 people under quarantine in a hotel in the Canary Islands after guests tested positive. So, this is going to humble all of us. And today, the Medal of Freedom winner, today Rush Limbaugh said, it looks like the coronavirus is being weaponized as yet another element to bring down Donald Trump. What the fuck, man? Dang it, I tried not to cuss. Now I want to tell you the truth about the coronavirus. The coronavirus is the common cold, folks. Yeah, and then yesterday, people were trying to say that the markets were crashing because of they were feared Bernie Sanders was going to be president. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the event that we should all be rallying together as human beings, especially if you have children. I ain't got any children. I just been sitting in this foxhole trying to prepare everybody and get us to unite. And so the recklessness, like worrying about an election that is 9 months away, is the dumbest thing you can do when we are in a pandemic now. So, I mean, what more evidence do you need? Well, you guys are pretty awesome. So, this is an official prepare and plan now, man. I know a lot of you have been, and proud of you. Stay cool. It's going to be a weird month, but as I've covered in the Nostradamus things, I definitely think it's coming here in March. If it's not here already. And just play the best defense you can and do what you can to keep your mood and your vibration up. And I'll continue to bring you the best information I can when I am in a decent mood. Because when I'm really down, it's best to not infect y'all with bad moodedness. Although I usually freak out pretty well. And I'm going to try and do some non-serious related videos because I have a sense of humor. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys are great. It is the craziest days I've ever known. But I'm honored to be your planetary defense commander, and any help you guys can send my way, I would appreciate it. Stay cool. God bless everyone. Talk to y'all soon.